So today we're just gonna go for a little walk with Miss Murphy and give her an opportunity to kind of get used to everything. It's a little bit on the colder side, so got her a jacket here from my girlfriend's pup. It unfortunately doesn't fit her anymore because she's a little too big, but fits Miss Murph perfectly, so at least we're in luck there for her. Well, I keep an eye on the shoes to see if they're slipping down like this one is, and then scooch it back up and tighten it down. All right, so her boots are back on. I've got her just on the head halter, just because the harness makes it so this jacket won't fit, but that's okay. We'll let her kind of take things at her own pace. We'll try to just reward her for checking in, and we'll do some recall. But the main thing is we'll just get her to walk around and get used to having shoes on today. We'll have a pretty busy social weekend coming up for her, so we want her to take a little bit of a break from her busy social life, at least for the morning time. We might do another evening social. Good girl, come on. Steps are going to be, there you go, a little awkward for her. So I took a look at the shoes and they actually look pretty equal. So I just put the paw prints on the outside this time instead of the inside. Okay. So since this yard doesn't want any pups in it, we'll go ahead and keep walking this way. Oh, this way. There you go. Good girl. This way. Yes. Good girl. Oh, good sit. Good girl. Alright. And if we run into some other pups or people while we're out, we'll be able to practice a little bit of her social skills and redirecting as well. The only problem with the freedom leash is just the fact that it's pulling back up on her head halter. So what I'm going to probably do is just lock it at a regular length for now. There we go. Just gotta be really careful going down steps. Good girl. So I'm just gonna do my best to stay close to her and keep the leash, so that way she it doesn't trip her up. At the same time, doesn't pull her or anything. I was hoping to find an extra collar or something that fits her, but I don't have one small enough. That's okay. I'll try to pick one up maybe on Friday. There you go. She's on quite a roll right now. That's good. This is sometimes the most underrated part about training, is just the amount of practice that you get in on certain things. I don't usually record unless it's like a specific lesson or a new practice or anything, but I figured this way we'd at least keep her parents up to date on what we're doing for the day. Like I said, it doesn't seem like much, but it's going to be very important to help her get comfortable wearing shoes. And while we're out, we still may run into pups and people, of course, so that way we can work on the social skills and redirecting. Oop. Yeah. Steps are going to definitely be a little awkward for her, so we want to keep an eye on that. Make sure it's not too difficult of a learning process for her. We're also getting her used to the head halter just being on, but she's always been pretty good about that. Some pups just take to it a lot easier than other pups. Good girl. Oh, she's almost a pro already. We'll see how long we can go with her walking around the neighborhood like this before she wants them off, and then we'll take them off of her, give her a break, and let her kind of work on her actual feet. And all the while, even though I'm not triggering it, I'm going to be careful here. Good girl. There you go. Good. That was good practice for her. Even though I'm not triggering it, we're still going to be practicing good leash manners of her not pulling. And every now and then we'll throw in some good name recall, but don't have the anti-bark collar or anything like that on her. Give her a good opportunity to just kind of get out, use her nose, get some exercise, get used to the shoes. She seemed to be sticking on there pretty good so far. See if she needs to use the bathroom. Good girl. She sees a gentleman off in the distance there. Murph. Good girl. Here, with the leash on the inside. So we're going to be turning her this way. There you go. All right, she's picking up some steam already on the shoes. That's good. Gotta be careful of the... There we go. Good girl. I could just run the freedom leash through the hole in the back there, and that might also keep it away from her feet. Could make it harder to help turn her though, depending on what side the collar is on. But we might give that a try. So far though, we seem to be doing good without any issues anyways. We might just leave it like this. We'll give that a shot. See how it goes. Good girl. Yeah, now I'll be able to give her a little bit more leash. We'll unlock it. There you go. That seems to work well. Be rearranging the furniture and the crates today, so that way she can get used to sleeping in her crate at night with the crate closed next to me. Oh, accidentally hit the sign. We'll try to record that as well. That one will probably be on like a time lapse though. We'll see how she does, probably in the beginning part, and then if she does well, then I'll just kind of fast forward through the evening, see if she wakes up and starts crying to get out or anything like that. This way we'll have at least another video to show her parents today too, so that way they're not just looking at her sleeping at night. But hopefully she'll do well. She has been spending some good amount of time on her own in the crate, and she seems to be comfortable, but we haven't closed the door yet. And she's getting more comfortable with me being away while making dinner, which is really good to see too. She's not crying as much or at all sometimes. Whereas in the beginning, as soon as I left the room, she would be barking to come with. Oh, that was good. She navigated the step there really well. See how she does here? Very good. So she's already, seems like she's getting a little bit more used to it. She's not walking as awkwardly too on the boots, which is good. I'm just keeping an eye on them to make sure they're not slipping down or off. This will be really handy for her when she maybe goes through some snowstorms, because the feet can get really cold. We don't think much of it, but it does happen. And then also, it depends on the pup too. Some pups, their feet were made for being in the snow. And then another one will be the summertime, where the pavement can get really hot. Usually because the sidewalk's a little bit lighter, it stays cooler, but it can also get a little warm too. But it's mostly the asphalt that you'll want to be careful of. So here, she's got, there you go, good. And that'll help her during those times as well. um, maybe rocky terrain. And then the boots actually have some some tread on them, so it could help her during some hikes through the woods. And then lastly, some hot sand on the beach. That could be helpful if it's too hot or there's too many rocks and stuff to make her uncomfortable. There'll be plenty of times that she'll be able to kind of use them until she can get used to things under her feet. Yeah, she's walking almost pretty normal at this point now, which is good. Gonna use some leash pressure here so she doesn't keep going. Good girl. Come here. Good girl. And I'm just rewarding her for refocusing on me just because of the leash pressure. Especially while you're out, it's good to get the kind of real world practice, like stopping and waiting at a crosswalk or recall. Helps to really solidify the training when it's not just practice drills. Because some pups get really good at the practice drills pretty quickly, but then you have to make sure that they do just as well in like the real world with the distractions and everything like she's got going on here with her nose. Because this is more of like a freedom walk, giving her plenty of leeway to hang out and follow her nose as she moves around to get used to things. I'm still kind of slightly guiding her on where we're going. So here, for example, instead of going right at the fork, go left. Good girl. There you go. And she's good enough to notice that. We didn't need to use any leash pressure or her name. Okay, and we're running out of sidewalk here, so have her carefully come down. Good girl. You always want to be a little bit extra careful when walking in the road and try to get her back up on this sidewalk. Good girl. And this is good patience practice too. Sometimes we end up micromanaging our pups more than necessary. Good girl. There you go. That was close. Probably get on this side with her because I don't want her to drop down on that ledge. But instead of, calling her back, letting the leash do the work of recalling her if there's no cars or something coming. Good girl. And then moving. Yes, good girl, this way. Oh, very good. Good girl. And then moving to the direction you'd like her to come and follow you with. And then just rewarding her for following. Good girl. As it's a little bit easier to do with the freedom leash because there's extra space for her to kind of wander around and still go in the same direction as I am. Oh, careful. You okay? Good girl. All right, so you got a car coming, so we're gonna have to toss her along there. Thank you. All right. Go. See if we'll be able to make it through the whole neighborhood without her needing a break with the shoes. potty break. She got distracted as somebody was coming by to get in their truck there. That's okay. We'll keep walking. And if she needs to go, I've got bags. There we go. Good. All right. Stool looks healthy. At least for our afternoon walk, we won't need a jacket. It should be about 50 later today. Right now we're climbing out of the 20s and 30s, or the 30s. I was thinking of just doing a time lapse, but I figure, oh, good girl, good save. Oh, but I figure we'll just do a real time one in case we run into anything to practice with, whether that be a person or a pup. So this may just turn out to be one of those dog walking ASMR videos. I would just put the microphone around her on the bottom there instead of talking. Seems like she's checking out one of the boots. It'll be good to check them every now and then, see if you need to throw them in the washer, rinse off the bottom part, depending on what she steps in. Hi. Would you like a treat? Come here. Good girl. May do another walk along the shopping center or the Walmart today, or the trail, just trying to decide what she probably needs the most work on. She did really good on the trail meeting other pups, but since we'll be doing a lot of social work this weekend, we might want to just do some more getting her used to crowds and people and noises today. Okay. We got a sign there in the yard, so we want to try to keep her out here. Just use some leash pressure. Good girl. You still chewing on your treat? Okay. There's a dog along the fence there. We'll see if that gets her a little worked up. She's crying a little bit. Good girl, it's okay. Come on. Seems like this shoe or this foot here is bothering her. Good girl. May go ahead and give her a little shoe break now. It's been a pretty good while. Good girl. Just one. Two. There you go. Okay, I need you to have to get up off the back legs here. She's definitely good about being handled, that's for sure. Should make it easier for her groomers or the vet. Good girl. That's three. And we also might want to try to take some time today to grind down some of these nails. They're almost curving back into her. So that could be something else today that we could take care of. I have a feeling like with everything else, if she's this good to handle, that doing some grooming for her shouldn't be too difficult. Maybe give her some treats or some peanut butter to keep her occupied while that's going on. See if we can record that too. If she's not moving around too much. Because it's just those nails, it might be really hard. Trying to make sure I don't drop these shoes. Good girl, good pee-pee. She's been really good about going potty and everything outside. We haven't had any other accidents or anything recently. She only had that one time when she was inside on the first or second day and just wanted to kind of start peeing, so just had to stop and correct her and then redirect her back outside. And ever since, she's been really good. Give her an opportunity here to just use her nose, and we'll cross the street. All right. Come on, Murph, this way. Good girl. It's good we get her just some practice walking around on her feet too, just to help build up those calluses. She hasn't been bothering the bottom of her feet or anything since we started using the boots a couple days now, so I think it's definitely helping. This way, Murph. Good girl. Good girl. Just using the leash as a boundary so she doesn't go in too close to people's property or door. Hi. Good girl. What I'm gonna probably do here is loosen up her head halter a little bit, just because we're putting in a little bit of pressure unnecessarily off to the side, so I'm just gonna loosen it up. She's not really too much at risk of pushing it off of her nose like some pups. So there we go. A little bit more. There we go. That should give her a little bit more leeway without any pressure. When I try to have as little to no pressure on her when she's walking nicely and doing everything correctly, so that way the slightest amount of pressure can even make the most impact. Right here, we're just kind of letting her hit the boundary line. We had the choice of either practicing recall with her name or just starting to walk, and that'll help with the leash pressure going in the direction that we want to go. But since she's just kind of staying still there, I'm going to try to use her name. Oh, Murph. Murph. Good girl. I wonder if she saw a squirrel or something, but I didn't see anything. Her nose wasn't on the ground either. So this time I'm just going to use the leash pressure here to continue walking. Good girl. That'll get her to catch up. I don't think the pup by the fence is still there. Either that or he hasn't caught wind of us yet. Good girl. She's doing a good job of sticking with me for the most part. The leash is unlocked. So what we'll probably do is go back inside, give her a little bit of a water break, chance to warm up a bit, and then put the shoes back on and we'll come back out and try again. This way. See if there are anybody walking their pups up this hill, and then we'll just double back. There's nobody coming the other way. Oh, there we go. We got somebody all the way down there. Cute little pup. We'll see if she even notices. There you go. She noticed. See the cute little one? What do you think? Oh, I know. She's doing a little crying. Good girl, Murph. Good girl. And she just came back on her own. Good girl. That's a cute little one. That'd be a good friend, huh? What do you think? Good girl. Oh. Cute little pup. Good girl, Murph. Come here. Good, listen. Good job. Yeah, she did really well. It's a good thing we decided to do one more little detour. Good girl. Almost at the halfway point at this point, so we might just do a full circle instead of doubling back. Oh, good. We have another pup coming up too. They're actually on the same sidewalk as we are. Not sure if you can see from all the way over here. This would be good. The past couple interactions that I've had with her and some other pups, I wasn't recording, so this actually works out well. Make sure to try to put some timestamps towards the back end of this to make it easier. You see? Hi. Looks like he's waiting for a playmate, huh? She's friendly. He's so cute. Who's that, huh? Hi. Hi.
I always like go
Good
between
boy.
coat or no coat because he doesn't act like he gets cold. So I'm not crazy.
Does he just want to play?
He does, but sometimes he gets shitty. It just depends on his mood that day.
Aw. She's cute. Yeah, luckily we won't need a coat here shortly, it feels like. It's crazy.
I don't need it.
Murphy, come here. I know, you're excited now. Have a good one. Good girl. Good, listen. There you go. So she started barking because she got excited there and wasn't able to play. But oh, good girl. She listened first time really well to the verbal redirect, and then right there to just hitting the end of the leash and coming back. Good girl. Okay. And don't have like the anti-bark collar or anything on her. That was all just her. So she did good. Oh, I know. I think she'll be very happy to have a couple friends over this weekend. Do maybe a dog park session as well. We can walk through things to look for and see how she does in that kind of social environment. And the good part about that is we'll also be close to downtown. We'll be able to do some more city kind of walking work and practice for her. Good girl. Usually a lot more stimulation in that kind of area. It looks like she's ready for it for sure. She's been doing really well. And be careful of the broken glass there. All right. So I don't see anything else. And what I'll do to make finding the last two pups there, especially that one, easier to find and mark is I'll just go ahead and pause the video here since we're just gonna do another lap around back anyways. But she did really good today. I feel like she does that really good every day, but that particular instance there was really good interaction-wise. Okay. Murph, good girl. You sit? Oh, good job.